Right, everyone, on to lesson 3 in multiplying and dividing fractions. Retrieval practice up first 6 to 10 minutes. Dictated by the teacher. Let's go. Here's your set of questions. Following the same trend, 4C. We should be getting much better at these now, seeing where we went wrong on the other two, making sure that we can reflect back on our green pen. But don't be doing that whilst you're testing yourself now. Make sure that you are using that good memory. Here's your answers. Tick away, make sure we get the green pen, make corrections. Okay, contents. So we're looking at lots of adding and subtracting of mixed number, fractions with the same denominators and different denominators, and some negatives too here. Learning objective, okay. So I'm being able to simplify basic fractions and complex fractions, so the same as last time. This time we'll be looking more in the area of you are flying when understanding of addition and subtraction with the mixed number and proper fractions, and showing evidence when we can convert fractions with unlike denominators. So challenging ourselves more with our fractions today. So to begin things, I'll do the first I do. So firstly, we have to look at the whole numbers, integers here. Let's add them up. So that's going to give us 7, right? And then we need to look at our fractions. So we've got 3/4 and 2/4. So we're dealing with quarters here in this sum. Now this is going to leave us with a top-heavy fraction of 5/4. So we need to make sure that we can get that to a mixed number. Well, if it's 5/4, how many 4s go into 5? 1. So we're going to have 1 whole 1. So instead of it being 7, let's cross that out, it's going to be 8 whole 1s. And we took 4 of them quarters from the 5, so that leaves us with 1/4. So that would be 8 whole 1s and 1/4 as a mixed number fraction. Pause the video, have a go at the we do. So if you work this one out correctly, it should have been 6 whole 1s and 1/5. Again, there was a top-heavy fraction, and you just had to make sure that it went in well with the mixed number. Okay, so my turn again on the I do. So I've got tenths this time. So I've got 5 plus 2, which gives me 7. I've got 3 tenths plus 2 tenths, which gives me 5 tenths. Nice and easy. Pause the video, have a go at the we do. So the answer here was 6 whole 1s. We've got the 3 plus the 2, which is 5, and then we've got 2 tenths plus 8 tenths. Well, 10 tenths gives us 1 whole 1. We add that onto the 5, that gives us 6. Okay, now I want you to get some extra practice in and have a go at both we do's, and feel free to do the I do's also, as I will put the answers up. I'm hoping you guys got through these ones nice and quick, because we've got 4 whole number answers here. Same denominators, which is like denominators, which we're working on, and just making sure we know that we're looking and can see that the denominator is the same, and adding them top numbers up correctly, the numerators, with our whole numbers. Please again have a go at these two yourself. I'll put the answers up for when you're done them, a couple of minutes. So from learnings in last lesson, we've got, if you notice, we've got the subtraction symbol instead of adding like we've been doing, and we were taking away. So on the first one we had 2 whole 1s and 4 tenths, 3 tenths from 7 tenths, and 2 whole 1s and 3 tenths, 5 tenths from 8 tenths. Nice and easy. Okay, here's a set of independent practice questions for you. Make sure you read the question properly. So it's asking us to fully simplify, which we've had practice out before, but it's asking us also to give answer as a mixed number or a proper fraction. Okay, so we should have no improper fractions, top-heavy fractions here. pause the video and give yourself 10 minutes having a go at all these. Okay, here are the answers. Get your green pen, tick away where necessary, and make sure you make corrections, more importantly where needed, please. You need to make sure you understand where you went wrong, and we do this all the time. It's very important where we can see where we went wrong. Okay, now we've got some more questions, but this time we're still looking at like denominators, but we're looking at negatives. Okay, so that I do well is I've got minus 7 over 17, and it's asking me to take away 6 over 17. So that's going to leave me with, if I take 6 into negatives away, that's going to leave me with 13 minus 13 over 17. Because remember, we're going the other way now because we're in the negatives. If I was to plus those on, that would take me back towards 0, and we would end up with minus 1 over 17. So don't get confused there, make sure we're right on it. Have a go at this one. Also, so we've got minus 7 over 13 take 6 over 13. Well, that's going to take us away from 0, like I was saying a minute ago. That's going to give us 13 over 13, and this is a whole, so it's going to be minus 1 as a whole integer. Right, so this time we have the plus, but we've got the minus 17, 13. It's the same numbers as above, and if you remember me saying, I said that we would go back towards 0 when we use the addition. So we're going to end up with, if anyone can remember, minus 1 over 1/13. Okay. Now your turn to have a go at the we do. If you check correctly, we had another addition here, like this I do. So we plus the 6/17 onto the minus 7/17, and we end up with minus 1 over 17. So well done if you got that right. Now we have three fractions. We've got a minus 7 over 17 to take away 6 over 17. So that's going to leave us with minus 1 over 17. Oh, sorry, 13 over 17, my mistake. And then we need to plus 11 over 17, which will leave us with, what will that leave us with? 2. Oh, big 2 over 17. And don't forget the minus. So minus 2 over 17 for the I do. Okay, pause the video and have a go at the we do, please. Lots of minuses here. And as we keep going negative, take away and take away, this will leave us with minus 24 over 17. It's top heavy, so you could change it to minus 1 with 7 over 17. Because 17 goes into 24 once, with a remainder of 7/17. Okay, here's some independent practice for you. Give yourself 10 minutes, have a go at these, pause the video, and then when you're done, wait for the answers. Okie dokie, here's our answers. Get your green pen, tick away and make any corrections, please. So now we are on to unlike denominators. So as you can see in the first I do, I've got a 5 and I've got an 11. So I need to think here, how am I going to make this denominator the same? Well, what you do is you look for your lowest common multiple for both of those numbers. So one way of doing it is listing where we'd go 5, 10, 15, 20, and we keep going up in 5s for that multiple. And then we do the same for 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. Okay. So is 55 a multiple of 5, or it's 5 it goes into 55 11 times. So we know that the lowest common multiple is going to be 55. Then, when we do this to our denominator, because we've manipulated the fraction to find the lowest common multiple, what we do to the denominator, to the bottom of the fraction, we must do to the top. So how do we get from 5 to 55? Well, we times by 11. So what's 2 times 11? Well, that's 22. And what did we do to 11 to get to 55? We times it by 5. So we must do that to the top. So I'm just going to put the plus sign. So that would be 15. And now we work out the fraction here. So that's going to give us 22 add 15 is going to give us 37 over 55. Now the last step, so after you've done the first step, denominator, second step, adding on this occasion, now we need to see if we can simplify it. But can we simplify it? Well, no. 37 is a prime number here. Okay, so we just leave it as it is, and it's not it's a normal proper fraction. Okay, pause the video and have a go at the we do. If you end up with 7 over 10, well done. To 5 to get to 10, well, we times that by 2, so we didn't need to do anything with the 10. And then what we do to the bottom, we do to the top. So 2 times 2 is 4 over 10, plus the 3, 7 over 10. Okay, this I do here, so this time it's a subtraction. It's asking us to get the bottom denominator, the lowest common multiple will be 10 again, like the previous we do. So that's going to be 4 again, so it's going to be 4 over 10, and 4 over 10 take 3 over 10 is just going to be 1 over 10. Nice and easy one there. Pause the video, have a go at the we do. Okay, so well done if you end up with 1/5. So we had to find the lowest common multiple. So we looked at 4 and 10. So we list 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 10 also goes into 20. So then we go, well, how many times is 4 to 20? It's 5. So we times 2 by 5. That gives us 10 over 20. How many times does 10 go into 20? That's twice. We times 3 by 2, so we're 6 over 20. We take that away. We end up with 4 over 20. And then don't forget the last step, the third step, we need to simplify. And 4 goes into 4 once and into 20 5 times. So we end up with our 1/5. Okay, so for this I do, we have 3 numbers where we have to find the denominator is the lowest common multiple. We already found it for 4 and 10 on the previous one, which was 20, and the 20 is already here on the third fraction. So we remember that 4 to 20 is 5, so that's 10 over 4. Take 10 to get to 20 times 2, so 6. So that left us with 10 take 6 left us with 4 over 20, sorry, and then we plus 3 20s onto that, and that leaves us with 7 over 20. And can we simplify it? No, we cannot. 7 is a prime number, and we can't simplify it on this occasion, so we leave it as it is. Okay, pause the video, have a go at the we do, see how you get on. So this one would have worked you hard. Again, we had the denominator of 20, so we had 10 over 20 takes 6 over 20, which leaves us with 4 over 20 plus 12 over 20, which equals to 16 over 20. Third step, don't forget to simplify. So 4 goes into 16 and 20. So that's going to leave you with 4 over 5 as your final answer. I want you to have a go at the next two. Or actually, sorry, there's a mixed number here, so I'll go through this one with you. So what would be easiest to do here is we need to get rid of the whole number. So how we do this is we would times the 1 and the 5 together. Okay, so 1 times 5 is 5, and we need to plus the numerator. Okay, so that's going to leave us with the improper fraction of 7/5, and then we must times the whole 1 by 2, again to get rid of the whole number, with the times the 1 by the denominator, the 2, and that's going to give you 2, and then we add the other half on. Okay, so we're going to be left with 3/2, 3/2. Okay, now we need to find the lowest common multiple for the denominator, like we have been doing otherwise. And we know that's going to be a nice easy one of 10 here. So we're going to end up with 10 on the bottom on each fraction. And what we do to the bottom, remember we must do to the top. So 2 times 5 gets 10. So 2 times 7 is 14. And then on this one here, it takes 5 2's to get to 10. So 5 times 3 is 15. That's going to give us 29/10. And then to convert it back to a mixed number, well, how many 10's go into 29? 2. So we've got 2 whole ones, and what's left over? 9/10. Okay, so pause the video, have a go at the we do. So remember to break down the mixed number by timesing the whole number by the denominator, and then adding on the numerator. And then it's important, because there's extra steps here now. Once you've done that, you do your normal, find the lowest common multiple, add them together, and then your final fourth step, because we added a new first step in, the fourth step, put it back into a mixed number fraction. So sorry I've had to squeeze this in here. So we should have times out the mixed numbers with the denominator. 7/5 plus 11/10. Find the lowest common multiple. That was easy, that's 10. So 14/10 plus 11/10 gives us 25/10. Put it back into a mixed number. 10 into 25 goes twice, with the remainder of 5/10. So 2 whole ones and 5/10 was your answer. Well done if you got that right. This time I want you to work through these ones as best you can yourself. These are definitely more challenging. Make sure you follow the steps, and make sure you simplify right at the end, okay? And I'll put the answers up shortly. Okay, so on the first one, we should have ended up with the mixed number fraction of 2/7/30. Lowest common multiple of 30 there. On the we do, it should have been, again, same numbers, but this time 1/30. So when I say same numbers, lowest common multiple. On the I do here, it should have been 1 whole 1 and 11/15 when simplified down. So don't forget to simplify. And then lastly, we end up on 0 on this one. So some good maths used on this one as well. So well done if you're getting some of them right. Okay, so pause the video, have a go at these questions, give yourself 10 minutes, some easier ones here, get through them. Play when you want the answers. So make sure we tick away and use your green pen, make any corrections needed. Press play when you're ready to move on. Okay, so here are some more challenging questions, which we really want to be hammering, making sure we're getting these real nailed down. So give ourselves a good 15 minutes on these if we need them. Making sure we write as a mixed number, answer as a mixed number. So always read the question. Press play when you want the answers. And there's the answers for those ones that you just did. Sorry about the number 2 coming in second. I don't know what's gone there, but we shouldn't have worried about them. Don't worry about them. And it'll happen again here. Just mark the answers for question 3. And lastly, we're back at our learning outcome. Make sure you self-reflect properly, see where we need to improve, and well done for completing another lesson today, and I hope everything went well. Academic points are those who really deserve them if this is in class, given by the teacher, and also a big pat on the back by yourself at home, and hopefully we'll have come up with a way where we can mark the work that you've done from home to reward you. Thanks again from Mr. Walker.